Now that the version 1.6 live stream is basically at a close, we can finally talk about all of these characters in specific. And in today's video, we are going to be looking at Ruan Mei, which this is going to be one of the craziest characters to ever release in Honkai Star Rail. And I truly think that Bronya's reign at the #1 spot of being the best Harmony, or basically being the best character in the game, might be in danger, because there's just so much that Ruan Mei has, especially from what we've seen in the kit. There's even more information on the 1.6 highlight page, and there's even more information in the captions of the stream, which is weird that they didn't mention some of these things, but we're just gonna have to compile it all into this video so you can see how insane this character is going to be. Now, of course, Ruan Mei is going to be Ice Harmony, and as you may know, when it comes to the Harmony characters in the game, Bronya is the only one that's a 5-star, so of course they were gonna make her super cracked when you have competition like Bronya. And with all that being said, that's just no other 5-stars in this slot. So going ahead and talking about Ruan Mei, she does provide so much, and like I said, a lot of the information about her is spread out, whether it be in the captions of the stream itself, or even in the 1.6 highlight page. So let's go ahead and start talking about her kit and what she can provide, so you can see that, you know, Bronya might be in actual trouble. Which is, Ruan Mei is of course going to be our support character, Ice Harmony, and for her skill, she is going to be giving weakness break efficiency to all allies and a damage increase, which you can see from the captions in the stream. Already, that skill alone is omega busted, just because weakness break efficiency, especially for giving it to all allies, this can help characters bust out shields super quickly. This can help a multitude of different teams, not only helping you delay the enemy's action by, you know, breaking them really, and you could also help out with dot units, characters like Luca, Sampo, Kafka, these characters that want to get their break effect dot on them. This is going to be a lot easier. She is by far going to be a really nice character to be put on any team, whether it be dot, hyper carry, dual carry. She's giving all the allies this, so this is already a really good thing. It's not one ally, it's not to one enemy. All allies have this, so they can use it on whoever the heck they want, and getting a flat damage increase onto everyone's damage, that is a very strong thing too. It's not like she's buffing only attack, HP, anything else. She's giving you raw damage, so she is a pure universal support in her skill alone, and this is a very strong thing to have. Now, when it comes to her ultimate, she is going to be giving all type penetration, which, wow, not only are you giving a damage increase, but you're also giving penetration on top of it. So whatever the defense that enemy has, you are basically saying, nah, we're just gonna ignore that part, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the damage. That's insane. We don't know how much penetration is going to be, but for it to be an ultimate and for this to be our 5-star limited Harmony, it might be a pretty substantial amount that we are going to be able to penetrate through having this ultimate. So this is absolutely insane already. And another thing that we need to talk about in her ultimate that is very, very strong, which we need to compare to Bronya, is that within her ultimate, she's able to give these marks out when you do break the enemy to delay their action. So basically, whenever they get broken, you are going to have them in their broken state for longer if you hit them while they're broken. This is going to be a pseudo advanced forward, depending on how they want to work with this, because as Bronya is with her skill, she's going to be giving the advanced forward to one character, and then they get that damage buff. Really good skill, one of the reasons why she's absolutely amazing. If you're delaying that action for a character that's already been broken, depending on how severe that delay is going to be, this might not be just one character gets to be put up into the top of the list for the action bar. This could be possibly the whole team, or maybe even a cycle worth of having a enemy getting dropped to the ground, kind of like Welt's ultimate. That's going to be absolutely insane. So for her to have not only the weakness break efficiency to be able to pop shields easily, damage increase on all penetration for all allies on the team, the break prolonging the action being a pseudo advanced forward that Bronya has, possibly helping the whole team instead of just one. And then lastly, her talent is going to be buffing speed already. So a lot of these characters that want speed, like Kafka, like Sele, this character doesn't run over toes when it comes to what buff she's going to be presenting, because now she's doing a fat ton of things that all of these characters want. I really want to break these shields because break effect damage is really good and it stuns the enemy. That's #1. I'm getting damage from her. I'm getting the all type penetration from her. I'm getting the break prolonging the action of the enemy from her. I'm getting speed. There's too much in her kit right now that we already are starting to see that she is absolutely cracked out, and she deserves to be in that 5-star Harmony role just because of how much she has in her kit. Now, the other thing that is just a really fun fact to talk about is that in her technique, she's basically going to be erasing Sim Universe. Based on how many blessings you have, her technique is just gonna one-shot waves or something like that. That was absolutely insane. But looking at Bronya, of course we've seen her be a tried and true unit. She still will be, don't get me wrong, she still will be an S+ tier unit. I don't think Bronya can actually get thrown down unless they have a character that's Bronya but better, you know, having the, you know, advanced forward to that ally, giving the damage increase, giving the fat ton of crit damage, giving the attack increase to all allies. Bronya is still an amazing unit. Don't get me wrong when I say that Ruan Mei is potentially basically overthrowing her, because Ruan Mei does provide a lot. And if you see what I'm seeing, you see that she gives all of these different stats. She gives universal stats. It's not like she's giving attack percent, she's giving HP percent, defense percent. She's giving stuff that works with every single unit. Things like speed, penetration, weakness break efficiency, prolonging the action of enemies when they're already in break, giving them a damage increase. These are universal stats that are very, very strong and can be put on very much different teams. Now, it'd be different if she was like maybe an ice support where she's only giving ice damage and ice weakness break efficiency. That's when it would be a little bit lower than Bronya because she has her niche uses. But at the current moment, with how she works and how much she gives, when it comes to all the stats that she has, with all the things that she can put onto the enemy, give to you, give to everyone, she provides a bit more than Bronya. Bronya does give her ultimate out to the whole team, but most likely, rather than not, you are not going to be able to basically use the full benefit from her crit damage boost and the attack boost for all allies, because your healer, your supports, this is a basically wasted buff. This is really good when it comes to having a hyper carry damage dealer, and this is where Bronya is going to shine, because you only really need to buff up that one damage dealer. So looking at Bronya, she is going to excel, I think, better right now in the hyper carry slot. If you want to help only one unit and you want to just get them to do the most possible damage they possibly want, I think Bronya will still exceed in that option. But for Ruan Mei, I think she brings in the brand new era of supports. She's going to be the reason why teams are going to be shifting like crazy and why teams are going to be able to operate way more efficiently, because characters like dot teams, they're going to really want that speed. They're going to really want that weakness break efficiency. Characters that have sub DPS or even main DPS, they're going to want that damage increase. They're going to want that all type penetration. There's just really good stats that every character can use at this current moment. I don't see possibly even one unit at the current moment that won't benefit from all of these buffs. And not only on top of that, on top of all these buffs that you're getting, the enemies are just going to be absolutely stunned forever, depending on how severe this delay of them recovering is going to be. Ruan Mei is set out to be probably the best unit in this game. And with Bronya being how great she is, with her having her universal stats, with how great her crit damage buff is, her damage buff is, her advanced forward, Bronya might actually be losing to Ruan Mei. I still think she's amazing. Don't get me wrong. Bronya and Ruan Mei are both clearly, I mean clearly at S+ tier. I think you can't really throw out Bronya and Ruan Mei just because at the current moment we don't have enough harmony supports to be able to say that, you know, Ruan Mei is absolutely better than Bronya and Bronya is just like thrown down a tier. Bronya has still, you know, we basically test her out to her limit, and whatever team she wants to be on, she provides so much value for that main carry DPS. So at the current moment, Bronya and Ruan Mei are definitely going to be sharing that S+ tier spot of harmony, or basically in the game in general, just because of how much they provide. But when it comes to who's stronger versus Bronya and Ruan Mei, I'm going to have to give it to Ruan Mei. Like I said, she has too many universal buffs. She has too many things that she gives to the enemy and too many things that she gives to you. And not only that, she's making the enemies getting stunned for way longer. This provides you with a bunch of different benefits that you can get. So basically with your entanglement, you can get your max stacks because they're going to be delayed. When it comes to, you know, freezing them or something like that, you can start making them getting stunned for 5,000 years. You're doing more damage while they're stunned, so they can't even fight back at you. They're gonna take forever to actually get to you and do the damage that you want to do. This can provide for some crazy hyper carry setups, or maybe even some sub DPS setups, just because from her skill and her ultimate, she is going to be giving all allies all of these things. So not like Bronya, where sub DPS meta or sub DPS teams aren't really going to be benefiting from her skill and her ultimate, because basically her skill only helps one person and her ultimate does help everyone, but the skill is the main thing. But for Ruan Mei, everything goes for everyone. So right now, Ruan Mei is set out to be probably one of the best units in this game, and for every single team in this game, Ruan Mei will be able to fit in it. She just provides too much. She's an absolutely insane unit. I cannot wait to see what she does in game with a lot of these crazy units like dot units, with hyper carry units, with sub DPS units, because giving all of these stats, and especially the weakness break efficiency, which we've never seen from anyone, is definitely going to be a big game changer for a lot of different units. I think Jing Yuan Holy, yeah, his lightning lore is finna hit, and it's finna hit hard. So we're gonna see. I cannot wait to test her out. When I do make her guide, I'm going to be making a all-encompassing guide, talking about all of these different characters at the same time, because yeah, she deserves this spotlight, because I do think she's going to be the best character in this game by far. But other than that, let me know what you think about Ruan Mei. Let me know if you're going to be summoning her. I will be making a video on Dr. Ratio and also Shui Yi in the future, so make sure to stay tuned for that. So make sure to sub, leave a like, all that type of stuff. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one, and peace.